Hi all, welcome to my YouTube channel Know About Embedded Systems. So in today's video we will understand what is an automotive system and how the automotive system is designed in the vehicle. So very interesting topic. So before starting the video, if you are a new viewer to my channel, kindly subscribe my YouTube channel and gain the knowledge on embedded systems and automotive systems. Let us start the video. Automotive systems. Yeah, so guys, if you consider our modern cars, if you take any example of even Indian cars such as your XEV, especially Indian cars I'm talking about now, XEVs 700, Tata Harrier, and Victorious, the recently launched by the Maruti Suzuki. Like this, if I go on listing, that there are cars which are coming with a more electronic system. Like that, when we say an automotive system is nothing but electronic system which is running inside the automobiles is called automotive system. So these automotive systems are controlled by one core unit that is called as an ECU. ECU stands for electronic control unit. This is not an engine control unit. When I say ECU, it is going to be an electronic control unit. In the vehicles or in the cars, we will have more than 20 different ECUs, especially in a modern cars. If you take an example, more than 20 different ECUs you will find. So what are those ECUs? I just wanted to give a small intro about that. So one best example is your ABS. ABS, everyone knows that in India also all the vehicles should have airbag. At least 2 airbags are mandatory in Indian cars at least, right? And along with that, engine control system, it is going to be mandatory for vehicle manufacturer, even though it is not mandatory according to the government rule, but engine control unit is going to be very beneficial for car manufacturers. So engine control unit will be one of the ECU where it's going to control the various parameters and monitors and controls the various parameters of engine. Then power steering. So power steering, nowadays cars are coming not only with the power steering with ECU. There will be an ECU, and that ECU is going to control the directions of the vehicle. If driver intentionally rotates the steering in opposite direction, the car our ECU is going to identify proper direction, and either it will stop or it will correct the direction. Power steering, it is called power steering with ECU. Then we have light control unit. So light control is unit, you might be knowing already, various different lamps we can control, nothing but light intensities we can generate, like smog lamps in like smog lamp and high beam, low beam, and so on, like that. Different lamp illuminations we can control using the ECU. And then we'll have one common diagnosis unit. If all the ECUs are not working, or if any ECU is not working, we will use a diagnosis unit. Using this diagnosis unit, we will try to connect with the ECU which is a fault in the network. This is also called as a master ECU, we will call. Through this ECU only we are able to connect with all the ECUs. Then the next one ECU what you can see is climate control. So climate control, as you know, the internal environmental control, like AC control, like hot air, or AC control, fans, and so on, like that. So many this type of features that we can control using climate control. Then your dashboard, the centralized unit we will also call. Diagnosis unit and the dashboard both will be common in the vehicles. Then if you consider our telematics, such as your multimedia, instrumentation cluster, GPS, navigation, all these will be controlled by your instrumentation cluster, where you will be having all these features. This is also one of the ECU. Then we have remoteless car entry, keyless entry. Without key, with the fingerprint we can enter, open the door and close the door. That is also one of the ECU. Then our ABS, anti-lock braking system, that is going to be one ECU. TPMS, that stands for tire pressure monitoring system, that is also going to be one small ECU. And then bus interface and control, that's going to be connecting device or connecting wires, we will call. How, I'll tell you later. Then your tail lamps, LED tail lamps, including your indicators, stop lamps, tail lamps, all those things also can be controlled by our ECU. Then trunk latches. Again, best example, I'll take a curve, Tata curve. Tata curve, you might have seen by waving your hand or by waving your legs, you can open and you can close the our boot space door. Okay, then one of the important features is ADAS, Advanced Driving Assistance System. This will help the driver whenever driver is it's going to help the driver with riding with a very smooth way. Okay, such as your ACC, parking sensor, blind spot detection. These will help the driver to avoid unwanted issues. Okay, that's called as ADAS, Advanced Driving Assistance System. Then audio, entertainment. If it is a required TV model also you can connect. And then important thing is transmission control. Transmission control in the sense your gearbox. So here also we will find our ECUs and electronics devices such as your wipers, mirrors, seat. Yeah, so these are all the different ECUs you can find in the vehicle. At least if you take our regular Indian vehicles, 50% of this you will see. And if you go for a high-end cars, almost all these things you will find in the vehicle. So all these things are designed by are controlled by ECU, that stands for electronic control unit. So this electronic control unit is nothing but an embedded system. So it is completely electronics and it's completely designed and developed by our embedded system engineers with a different programming strategies and with a different circuit design mechanism that I'll be explaining in a future upcoming videos. One important thing what you should understand here, if you observe here, there is a line. If you observe very clearly here, all the ECUs are connected with one connecting line. So this is called as network. So this complete whatever you are seeing, that is called as a network, and this network is nothing but control area network. If you have 20 different ECUs in your vehicle, all 20 different ECUs are connected with a one common line that is called as network. And these networks are connected with the help of protocol mechanism. That protocols are nothing but all these. There are 5 major protocols we will be seeing in our automotive system. One is called as a CAN, that stands for Control Area Network. One is CAN-FD. CAN-FD stands for Control Area Network. Flexible Data Rate. Then we have FlexRay. Then we have Ethernet. And then we have LIN. So all 5 protocols are predominantly used in the automobiles, especially CAN-FD and FlexRay. These two are very popular in the automotive industry, CAN-FD and FlexRay. LIN is also used, but LIN is used for small models like mirror adjustment, window seat, power seat adjustment and all. But majorly we'll be using CAN-FD and FlexRay. CAN-FD and FlexRay. Okay. Then I told you already what is CAN. CAN stands for Control Area Network. So these wires what you are seeing, so this connecting lines, all ECUs are connected by connecting lines. Those connecting lines are called as network, and these networks are controlled by our protocol. And as I told you already, there are 5 major protocols that we will be using. One is a CAN, Control Area Network, one CAN-FD, Control Area Network, Flexible Data Rate, then we have FlexRay, Ethernet and LIN. LIN stands for Local Interconnected Network. Okay, so using these protocols, any one of the protocol excluding LIN, as I told already, excluding LIN, 4 protocols are widely used in the automotive industry. LIN is also used, but LIN is used as a supporting protocol, especially for seat adjustment, especially this part, the seat adjustment, and then wiper, and then power seat adjustment, and so on like that. As a supporting protocol, we'll be using LIN, but majorly CAN-FD, FlexRay, and Ethernet will be using in our automotive system. So I hope this video is an interesting video. In an upcoming video, I'll be starting with a CAN and CAN-FD in detail explanation. I'll be producing a series of videos CAN and CAN-FD, and as well as a LIN as well with the programming. Okay, so keep on watching my YouTube channel, Know About Embedded System. So if you feel this video is an informative video, please click on like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel.